Hey guys, I'm getting ready to go to the gym, so I'm just gonna like liven up my face a little bit. I washed it last night, and like when my face is clean, I don't really wash it again because I kind of try to keep the natural oils, and that works for my skin type, which I don't really have like a certain skin type. If my skin is really dry, then it's dry. And then it usually starts to get oily, but I've been washing my skin like this for years, so it's gotten pretty good and happy from that. So I usually just leave my skin kind of wet, and then I try to put some oil on it. Something with rosehip oil is what I usually use, but this one's kind of done. I don't really think I have that much left, so I need to get more. But this one is rosehip with jojoba oil. And I've used a lot in the past that were just rosehip. Oh shit, that's a lot of oil. Okay. Oh, yeah. So first I oil it up. Like I literally love to look greasy on my face. Like it's so good. So I put a fuck ton of oil on wet skin, and then it absorbs in. And then I've been using for a while this blue chamomile day moisturizer from Evan Healy. Even though I'm living abroad, I bring them with me. But I do think they have international shipping. Wow, that's a lot of moisture. That's way more than I wanted to use, but that's fine. But Evan Healy is a great brand. They also have great face wash that I also use. What is it called? The face wash I use is called, it's the Blue Lavender Cleansing Milk. I love it so much. Oh, so yeah, I just like can't go anywhere without my skin feeling plump and juicy. Even if I don't have makeup on, even if my hair is not done, like, at least my skin will look alive. Get some circulation, like, just, I try to kind of massage it in. I know some better massage techniques that I've kind of learned over the years and by watching YouTube and stuff, but just like touching my face and getting it moving is usually enough for me. But this is one of them. What I was just doing is one of them, just like, but yeah, so that's pretty much it. I'm gonna get ready for the gym now. I've been kind of tired lately, not waking up that early or anything, but I'm trying to get into a routine. So my routine lately has been kind of disrupted, and I feel like I would be more awake and happier and just feel all around better the whole day if I could get into better sleep rhythm, gym rhythm, all that. And I do have a rhythm for all of them, but I just feel like it's been kind of thrown off lately. So it's later than usual, but here I go. Okay, sorry, I'm like against the light here, but at least you can see the view from my window. It's really nice, I like it. So my therapist basically told me she wants me to habit stack. She didn't say it like that, but I got that from the book, Atomic Habits. But basically she wants me to habit stack. So I'm about to go to the gym. I'm gonna try to take my trash and recycling out, which doesn't seem like a big deal, but I definitely can procrastinate on that for a while because it's just me. But I feel better when I'm in a cleaner space, and like, obviously the longer you wait to do something, the more it like piles up. And I don't even feel like having someone help me clean or anyone like here when it's like messy to the point where I didn't do anything. So I have to do that. So here's my trash, already ready to be taken out. Ew. And now I just have to put my recycling in a bag because it's in my recycling bin. But since I'm going straight to the gym, which is part of my plan of getting things done, is like doing it while I'm on the go. And obviously I'm forcing myself to do this because what I really want to do is just go straight to the fucking gym and not worry about my trash ever. But the recycling's already filled the bin. So I'm just gonna also put that in a bag. And I don't really know how Brazilian recycling works, but I've just been doing what everyone's supposed to do, and I've just been putting like all papers and plastics together and putting them in the recycling bin downstairs. So that's the best I can do. It's not even like that much recycling, but my bin is very small because it's just for me. So yeah, this is it. Got one for my trash, one for my recycling. Everything's good in the hood. Now I just have to walk these puppies downstairs and I can work out. Okay, this is my gym fit. I always take this bag to the gym. I'm wearing a jacket because number one, I don't know if it's gonna be cold outside or in the gym because it sounds kind of windy. And number two, I like trying to look that cute. Like, I'm not going out in a tank top. I don't want people to look at me. I don't want to draw attention to myself. Like in the gym, I'll work out however I want. But while I'm walking in the street, there were just so many different people from so many different places walking. So I just try to be like as grungy as possible. Is that bad? I don't know if it works, but I'm trying my best. I don't know if this hot pink mask is gonna help either. Maybe I should put on something more subtle. But I don't have to wear it while I walk in the street either, just in my building and in the gym. Okay, I just got back from the gym and I pulled some cards from this deck that I have that I really love. Someone really special gave it to me. It's called the Work Your Light Oracle deck, and it's made by Rebecca Campbell with the artwork by Danielle Noel. So Rebecca Campbell, there's something written about her in right here. She's a celebrated spiritual teacher, best-selling author of Light is the New Black and Rise Sister Rise. She teaches internationally, encouraging people to answer the callings of their soul. And the person who drew these is Danielle Noel. She's a designer, writer, visual artist. She weaves together a combination of mystical narratives, intuitive visions in her illustrations, paintings, photography, and design. So these are both people who are very spiritual and work together to make this deck. So it's kind of like tarot, but not really. It's definitely different, and everything's written in here. So I'm not going to show you guys all my cards just because I finally got the lighting kind of right, and I am still like kind of against the light, but again, this is the view there is for today, so whatever. I'm just going to show you guys one of the cards that I'm reading right now. It's called Share Your Voice, and it's really fitting because this is like the first video I'm going to post, and it's really beautiful. Look. So it says, share your voice, come out of the cave, persecution, expression. You are being called to share your voice, perhaps by speaking up in a relationship or through writing, speaking, singing, or some other form of creative expression. We each hold a truth deep within us that longs to be expressed. Sculpted for lifetimes, the voice of your soul is like no other. It carries with it wisdom that can only be gained through the soul history and growth. By remembering, tapping into, and expressing this unique tone, we not only heal ourselves, we also heal the planet at large. When you share your voice, you unlock something in the universe and call a missing piece of you home. Your individual voice is the most powerful sound current on the planet. If you have kept your soul's voice silenced or held back, chanting or singing could be truly life-changing for you. As we shed the layers of our personality and start letting our unique soul speak through us, we discover that we actually have a very clear message that longs to be shared. The more we speak it, the clearer it gets. There has never been a better time in history than right now to rise up, speak your truth, and share your soul's voice. If you feel fearful, know that you are not alone and that the world needs your unique tone in order to harmonize. As we each rise up and share our song, we make it easier for the next person to do the same. Express yourself, share your voice, speak to those who can hear you. So I really love this card. It's really nice and encouraging, and definitely reminds me of some stuff that I learned when I dabbled in Buddhism back in the day, maybe like 7 years ago at this point. But one thing that they really stressed was just like being your own unique self, and how the more you can be yourself, the more you're fitting into your role on the planet at this time. And yeah, the more you can be yourself, the more you allow space for other people to be themselves too. So that's two things. And then there's a third thing that I really believe about being yourself, which is you give people room to be themselves around you, and you might find someone that matches you in a way that you wouldn't find if you were pretending to be someone else. Like if you're honest about what you feel, who you are, how you want to be, then you can find other people who are similar to you. You can find other people who truly do fit who you actually are, not who you're pretending to be. And I found that like the closer I get to being who I am, the less lonely I feel. I feel lonely a lot. Like that's just something that I've always felt. And, you know, I don't really know exactly where that feeling comes from, but I definitely feel less lonely when I can actually be fully myself around someone, and I feel like they accept that. And even if they're not exactly the same, they connect to it in some way, or, you know, they have something about themselves that, you know, they feel like isn't as accepted, and I can accept that, and they can accept things about me. So yeah, it takes a lot of courage, but at the end of the day, it was never really rewarding for me to be accepted for being something that I'm not. So this feels much easier, much better. It's kind of hard to go back once you start freely expressing yourself and you see that some people actually might praise you for it, whether you are a little bit too forward or too mean or too intense or too silly or too crazy. Like, just, you know, doing that shit with no apologies sometimes gets you to a better place than you would get trying to act like you're not who you really are. And it definitely helps around other people to be like, you know what, actually I agree with you, like I feel that too, instead of being like, oh, that's weird, like I don't know what you're talking about, when deep down you do know that you agree with that person and you know what they're feeling. You just never gave yourself permission to actually admit it, and so you're not gonna admit it to anyone, not even someone who feels the same. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's how I always felt. And there's this poem that I've really liked for a long time, since I was like a teenager, and it's by something Sylvester. I know that Sylvester's the last name, but I don't remember the first name. But it basically goes, if I find it, I'll put more info about it, but it basically is like, she had blue skin and so did he. He kept it hid and so did she. They searched for blue their whole life through and walked right by and never knew. So I don't know if I remember it perfectly, but I'm pretty sure that was it. And I always think of that, like, if you hide who you are, then you're not going to find people that fit in with you. And sometimes we hide who we are by accident. So it's really important to like take the time to unravel and let go of things that you've picked up over your years, whether it be in your childhood, adolescence, adulthood, to just kind of start to shed layers of things that aren't really who you are and who you want to be, and start convincing yourself that you don't need to hold on to that and you don't need that for your identity. You really don't need anything. You can be literally any single way. And yeah, you might have to let go of some people and some moments and some certain praises, but I really think it's more rewarding to have friends and praise and accolades for being who you are than for fitting into something that really doesn't fit with you. Like, I believe in a lot of personality types. I believe in astrology. I believe in all that. So in astrology, there's 12 different signs and a bunch of different combinations, like millions of combinations of how those signs can all work together, because you have like all these different planets and different houses and all this shit. Like, and then I really love the Enneagram test as well, which has 9 different personalities. There's the Myers-Briggs, which has 16. So if you think about it, like if there are 9 personalities, 16, 12 different ones, like whatever it is, all different combinations of these personalities, like how can we all fit into the same box? We can't. So yeah, maybe like 1 or 2 personalities are gonna fit into like general society, but they're not. It's not possible that all of them are. And lucky for me, I have all the personality types that fit in the least. Like, I'm all like the silliest, craziest, like most eclectic personalities. Like, I'm not like works hard, like fits in, like I'm like always the funniest, silliest, like looking for something new to do every single day. Can't settle on one thing. Always looking for adventure, always wants to have fun, like whatever, hedonism, someone's got to do it. So yeah, I don't know if you hear that ticking, but it's not a bomb, it's just my food that I'm warming up. I made myself some pre-made little lunches so that I could be healthy, because I wasn't feeling like my best self, and cooking every single meal is just like too much for me right now. So I just made a bunch of food. I made rice, I made lentils, and I made zucchini and broccoli. So that's what I'll be eating for lunch. And I think that covers pretty much everything I have to eat. I eat a vegan diet, and yes, sometimes I eat things that are not vegan. And for years I did not do that, but now that I moved to South America, it's kind of like sink or swim. So I had to, eat things that are not perfectly exactly made the way I want them to be, and learn that, I can be fine. I can eat things that aren't exactly my diet and I can be fine. And the world's still gonna go around the same fucking way it's going right now, and nothing's gonna change. And I'm still living the way I want to live. Like, you don't have to be 100,000% perfect to live the way you want to live. And people hate it when I say I'm vegan, because they're like, oh, you're fake vegan. I've seen you eat fish. I've seen you eat a piece of pizza. Like, okay, you're a fake Catholic. I've seen you, like, I know you have sex with your, the person you're dating. I know that you cuss. I've seen you use God's name in vain. Like, no one's fucking perfect. How come you can say that you're Catholic and break some of the rules, but I can't say I'm vegan and I have to be perfect? Like, no, that's just the diet I prefer. Like, if you're gonna bring me some food, I'm most likely to want it and eat it if it's vegan. Like, I only eat other things in certain situations, and I usually don't even want or crave things that aren't vegan. Like, if I'm by myself picking something or making food, I do not go for anything that's not vegan. Like, the only time I eat things that aren't vegan is if I am in a huge group of people at a party, like at a dinner or something, where it's just easier to do what everyone else is doing. And, sometimes that makes your life more fun, to just be able to like fit in and enjoy a meal with your friends or family. And that means just accepting that I can't have my meals perfectly made every single way that I want them to. And being in a country where there's so much poverty and so much struggle, I can't really look at someone and be like, fuck your agriculture. Like, that's people's livelihood. People can't really afford to eat everything that I'm trying to eat. The vegan stuff here is really not that good at all. Like, the yogurts and cheeses are really, really, really expensive and really taste bad. So yeah, I'm not really gonna be on anybody's ass about being vegan. Like, I eat a smaller amount than most people. I don't eat like huge meals. So there's really no need for me to have my nose in anybody else's business. And I've never been that kind of person anyways with my diet. And I say this all the time, but people mention my diet so much, and I never talk about anyone else's food. Like, if you're having a hamburger, I'm not going to tell you where that shit came from and why it's disgusting. Like, I'm not going to do it, even though that I don't like that food. I'm sticking my nose in your business. But when I'm eating my vegan food, everyone has some shit to say. Done. Everyone always has some shit to say. And if I ever clap back, then I'm the rude one. So I just try to be quiet, eat my food, mind my own business. But I've definitely had some days where I have just not held it in, and people, they come for me, and they don't realize that I'm the one who just came for. So it's kind of ridiculous, but at least I have somewhere to vent about it, because I really just don't want to get into it with people. I'm tired, and that's not what my diet's about. That's not what my life choices are about. They're not about other people. They're about me doing what I want. And if I can inspire someone to make their own choices and allow them to be flexible and allow people to say what they want, like, fine, call me a fake vegan. Fine, say I don't eat. Fine, make fun of my food. Like, whatever, dude. Like, it's embarrassing for you. Like, I'm just gonna mind my own business and keep doing what I'm doing. And, every time I stop to pay attention to what someone else is saying or doing, that's some time that I'm wasting. So I really try to stay out of things I can't control. Like, look, you're saying what you're saying, you're doing what you're doing. Sometimes you get played, sometimes people come for you. If there's nothing you can do, it's better to just move on. Like, I only have so much energy a day to give to things, and I'm gonna waste it on other people coming into my space and kind of demanding my energy in a way with their negative energy or with a subject or energy that I really didn't want to engage with, then I'm just not gonna engage with it. Like, other people don't get to choose what I engage with. So whatever, they can throw whatever they want into my space. Like, I'm not going there.